वंशी विभूषितकरान् नवनीरदाभात् पीताम्बरा दरुणबिम्बफलाधरोष्ठा पूर्णेन्दुसुन्दरमुखात् अरविन्दनेत्रात् कृष्णात् परं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Divine souls, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev. We have been going through 12th chapter Bhakti Yoga, and so far we have covered 5 verses, 5 mantra. Today I intend to go through mantra 6 and 7. They are joined together, and by joining together it has a better meaning. Now what Bhagavan says, Ye tu sarvani karmani मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धर्ता मृत्युसंसारसागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्. Let us see what is the meaning. The first thing we see, Bhagavan uses the word tu. Ye tu. That means but. When he says but, it implies whatever I have said earlier, this is different. That I have said, what he had said in 5, we talked about klesho dikataraste avyakta sakta chetasam. He talked about meditating on avyakta, unmanifest. And he said it is very difficult. Klesho dikataraste, adikatar klesa. That was for what? For avyakta, unmanifest. So now he says, no, now I am talking about different, that is manifest. So listen to ye tu. Now he talked about ye means those who are what? Sarvani karmani mai sanyasya. They are surrendering all actions to me. Matparaha, solely dependent on me. Ananyena yogena dhyayantaha. Dhyayantaha, meditating on me. Ananyena, single-minded devotion. Mam eva upasate. Worship me alone. Tesam, now these are the qualifications for those who are meditating on my form. Tesam, to those, mai aveshita chetasam, whose minds are set on me, O Partha, aham samuddharta bhavami. What happens? I become the rescuer. Samuddharta bhavami. I become the rescuer of what? Mrityu Sansara Sagara, from the ocean of death-bound existence. When Nachirat, without any delay, speedily. So the meaning comes to that it is divided. You can divide the meaning into two parts. There is one part which devotees have to perform, and the other part is a guaranteed promise from Bhagavan as a consequence of what the devotees have performed. So there is condition. Bhagavan says, if you do all these things, I will do this. And that is to be reflected upon in great depth. Let us see what Bhagavan says. So there are 5 conditions which Bhagavan wants his devotees to carry on, to perform. What are those? Sarvani karmani mai sannyasa. You surrender all actions to me. That's number 1. Then he says, matpara, solely dependent upon me. You surrender everything, but condition is that you are totally depending upon me and me alone. Then ananyenev yogena mam dhyayanta, meditate on me with single pointed devotion. I will explain all these one after another. My aveshita chet samna, the mind has to be set on me. Mam upasate, and with that you worship me alone. Mam eva is very important word here. Mam eva upasate, none other. मेरी ही उपासना करो. We'll come to that. Now you'll see this is the part which has to be played by the devotees. You will find that these conditions which Bhagavan has mentioned here, he has also mentioned elsewhere. So you will find mention of all these in various chapters here and there. So he is trying to hammer the point, repeatedly telling to Arjuna and through him to all of us, you be that, you do that, you perform that. You will see in chapter, we have just, this 12th chapter has come after chapter 11, and the verse there, verse 55, is again very significant. Looks like Arjuna got the idea of asking the question to Bhagavan, having heard these, having seen his divine form, Vishwarupa, having heard his views, his talks at the end of that Vishwarupa presentation, idea of asking the question came to Arjuna, and we have gone through the question and now going through the answers which Bhagavan gives. So what he has said in mantra 55 of chapter 11, he says, Mat karma krinamat paramo mad bhakta sangha varjitaha nirvaira sarva bhutesu yah samameti pandava. He comes to me, O Pandava. Again, he has put those conditions. And these conditions, Bhagavan again repeats in chapter 12. So emphasis is there. You see, he says, Mat karma krita here, and in mantra 6, which we are going through after chapter 12, Sarvani karmani mai sanyasya. They mean the same thing. Mad parama is here also Mat parama, Mat para, that is mantra 6 of chapter 12. Mad bhakta, that is bhakti ananya yogena. Mam dhyayanta, this is mad bhakta. So these 3 are what is called vidhyatmak lakshana, positive qualities. A devotee should have these 3 qualities which mentioned here, which are positive, and should not have of the bad qualities should not have, that is निषेधात्मक लक्षण. So ये 5 लक्षण बताए गए हैं इसमें. 5 में 3 लक्षण जो हैं वो विद्यात्मक हैं और 2 लक्षण वो निषेधात्मक हैं. वो है संगवर्जितः. You should not have the attachment, should not be there. Devoid of attachment. Nirvairah sarvabhutesu, should not have any enmity against nirvairah, no vairi, that sarvabhutesu, against any and everybody. So these are things to be remembered, that Bhagavan has emphasized and re-emphasized these points. He talks about again in chapter 18. We'll leave that at the moment. But these words are very important for each and every bhakta to know and to practice. That those things have been repeatedly said. Now let us go one after another. The most important point which I have realized, having looked at those attributes which a bhakta should have, what he should do, that is within his power. He should, if he considers himself to the bhakta and he practices, how does he practice? So when it comes to practicing, you will find that this part of sarvani, karmani, mai sannyasa has a very big role to play. If you can understand this and consider seriously putting all our actions in such a way as Bhagavan talks about, he says, surrendering all actions to me. Now the question is, when we say all action, you will find grammatically, commentators has defined this part and got this point. अगर भगवान ने कर्माणि कह दिया, when he has said karmani, that is plural, karma, karmani. When karmani has been told, then what is the point in saying sarvani? When you have already said karmani, that means all actions. As in chapter 2, verse 55, again the same thing comes in there. Prajahati jada kaman sarvan parth manogatan. Where also sarvan, when you say karmani, then sarvan, this is added onto it. So the point is, no action is left behind. Nothing, absolutely all actions, completely packed. No action should slip away from this treasure. So these must confine all the actions you are performing, surrendering all, sarvani karmani, all the actions of whatever varieties they are. And I put in 2 categories, our actions which we perform, particularly those who are on the path of spirituality. When you are on the path of spirituality, you do not give up everything. You do transact in the world. You are living there. You meet people. You perform actions with him. You cannot shun away. I mean, there are people who have gone into the caves. That is a different matter. But those who are, vast number of them are transactional, are in the world of transactions. They perform action to maintain the body. That is the minimum thing you have to do. You cannot do without it. You have to maintain your body. You have a family. If you have family, you look after the family. You have your life to take care of in the surroundings, society and country. So there are number of things are involved in your activity which relate to the maintenance of body, maintenance of life and transactional world. लौकिक संसार में आपकी बहुत सारे क्रियाएं होती हैं. Take into consideration all those actions which you perform in the transactional world. Of course, When you are trying, you are performing action, transcendental, paramarthic activities, all those scriptural injunctions are there for you to follow. So all our activities, whether transactional or whether transcendental, we have to follow the injunctions of scripture. Tasmat, all the actions has to be performed following the rules and regulations, injunctions of scriptures. So in the scripture, whatever you're performing, these must be surrendered to Bhagwan. Now, when I tell you about an incident, a disciple went for spiritual training, adhyatmic training. He went to institution, a Gurukul. After 4 years of his study there, he received a lot of knowledge, he gathered knowledge, and after 4 years he qualified to be something, and he wanted to give Guru Dakshana. He had gone there with his own articles, with own things which has he given up, but he had with him his ring, and he has it with him. The possessions among him is his another wristwatch. So a wristwatch and ring he had. He thought that, well, this is the last thing I don't want to use. Then now I have studied, I have gained some knowledge. अध्यात्म रास्ते में हमें इसका क्या करना है? So he thought, I give it to my guru and let him give to whoever he wants. So in a tray, he puts his ring and his wristwatch and he approaches his guru. The guru realizes that this fellow is offering something which is worldly thing. And when he comes there, he said, stop it. Don't come near me. The disciple was frightened. What happened? Why he doesn't want? I want to offer it to give up somebody else. So he went home, went to his room, and then he thought what to do. Then said, no, this is my belonging. This is not right for me to give as a diksha. So he said, no, I will just pluck some flower, make a garland, and put flower on the tray and give. So he went to the garden, plucked flower, he made garland, and with flower and garland, he approached the Guru. Guru said, stop, don't come near me. He got frightened again. What is happening? He doesn't accept his flower also. Then he realized that these are all belongings of Bhagwan. This is nature's belonging. What I have got is nothing. This body is not mine. Let me surrender my body onto him. So he goes third time with nothing in his hand, surrenders, falls down on the feet of Guru. Tadiyam vastu Govinda tudhyameva samarpayit. This is all yours, Bhagwan, and I am putting on to your feet to accept it. Question is, when we are considering our body to be mine, and approaching or doing something, again, aham bhav remains. That must also go away. Must surrender each and everything on with you to Bhagwan. Bhagwan says, Sarvani karmani mai sanyasya. To surrender everything, all actions to me. Whether it is yajna, dana, tapa. He says yajna, dana, tapa, karma. Natyajam karjameva tat. They have to be performed. But when we perform all those, we have to perform with a sense that this doesn't belong to me. This is yours. And that's why I'm surrendering everything onto me, onto you. Now, when we perform action transactional, what happens? We go to the place of work, and there is work and worship. Lot of people, even that is also good, that you consider your work, and at that work you also worship. You have got a puja place there and you worship there. So the work and worship go. But one should elevate oneself and consider work as worship. Work as worship, that is next stage. You have work and worship, then there is work as worship, and then go to higher level. Work is worship. Whatever work is performed, that is worship. So once you transform your karma into puja, कर्म और पूजा दो रखते हैं, कर्म करते हैं पूजा करते हैं। फिर जब कर्म करते हैं तो पूजा की तरह करते हैं, लेकिन जब कर्म और पूजा एक हो जाता है तो सारे कर्म हमारे पूजा ही हो जाते हैं। देन वर्क इज नॉट वर्क एंड वर्शिप becomes work as worship, and then becomes work is worship. And that is the thing. If we inculcate in our mind and keep that going all the time, then we progress in the path of spirituality, because each and every time we are performing action. Now, when we say surrendering all actions, how do we do it? Do we give up? No, surrendering is not giving up. The point is, you cannot give up your action. कर्म तो करते ही रहना पड़ता है. Each and every moment you are performing action, knowingly or unknowingly, advertently or inadvertently, you are performing action. भगवान ने कहा है in chapter 3 verse 5, नहीं कश्चित् क्षणमपि जातु तिष्ठत्य कर्म कृत. Without performing action, you can never remain, cannot remain. In chapter 18 again, he talks about nahi devrata sakyam taktu karmanya sesatah. You cannot give up action, nothing. You have to perform action. So giving up action is no choice. Then people will give up action in a tamasic way. That means, oh, I don't want to go, I'm lazy. There is, oh, who gets up at 5 a.m. in the morning? Or so because of your laziness or because of moha, as Arjuna was giving up his bounden duty to fight, he got in delusion and he thought of giving up. That was not a sattvic tyag, that was a tamasic tyag. Mohatasya parityagah tamasa parikirtitah. That is tamasic tyag, so that is not again surrendering. Also, dukhamityeva yat karma, I will have pain, I will have suffering, kaya, body problem, body klesha. Because of that, I will not perform. That is a rajasic tyaga. That is not also surrender. When you surrender, then you surrender knowingly that you are surrendering to the feet of the Lord. You are surrendering entirely on to with the conviction that this is the surrender of my action. Not that because of delusion or because of any problem, klesha or kaya klesha, we perform action. Beautifully mentioned in this Sri Vishnu mantra, which is a very common mantra. Each and every puja, Pandit ji will recite this mantra, and we know, a lot of us will know this. Kayena vacha, manasendriyeva, buddhyatmana va, prakrite svabhavat, karomi yadyat sakalam parasmei, narayaneti samarpayami. This is the bhav should be there. That when you perform action, whether it is kayena, whether it is vacha, whether it is manasa, whether it is by the body, whether it is by speech, or whether it is by mind or sense organ. These are the parts which you think are yours, and you are using that. Bhagavan has always talked about you have been providing the body and the various components for sacrifice, for the purpose of spiritual activities, for the activities which lift your Jivatma towards Paramatma. That for yoga, you all these have been given to you not to waste away in things which will put you down, but to elevate yourself from Rajasic to Sattvic and to Paramatma Prapti. That is the thing required for utilizing your body, speech, mind, and sense organ. Using my intellect with feeling of heart or unconsciously through the natural tendency of mind, whether it is we are performing the action knowingly or even unknowingly, that happens only when you are performing the actions with surrendering bhava all the time. Then even unconsciously performing action will become spiritual. If you're all the time performing action with bhava of surrender, then automatically your system will be tuned to even unconsciously something happens, you will find that it is for the good. You are performing for with bhava of surrender. Then it's all those I do to for supreme being, for Paramatmeti Narayaneti Samarpayami, to them, to the lotus feet of Sri Narayana. I surrender all my actions with body, actions performed by the body, manas kayena, vacha, manasa indriyava. Now there is beautiful verse which keep on repeating all the time. All of us know this, but this is the key of surrendering action. Once you think of surrendering your action, you think of this verse, which all of us know. Yad karosi yad asnasi, yad juhosi dadasi chat, tat tapassase kaunteya, tat kurusa madarpanam. See how many times in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan in different chapters with different topic, he has brought out this question of surrendering your all actions onto me. And this is the verse which we remember, but we must remember while performing action. Brahmaraparam, Brahmabi, Brahmagno, Brahmanahutam. We recite this before we ritual. We perform as a ritual before taking food. But if you are ritualistically doing without understanding the meaning of it, it does not have much effect. So you must have meaning behind it. Yad karosi, whatever you do. It is explained in this verse. Even you eat, you perform yajna, you perform dana, you perform tapa. So there is this transactional world and transcendental world. All the actions you perform, tat kurusva madarpanam, always perform all those actions, offering all those to me. And once you do that, that will be this total surrender as Bhagavan wants. Now, the second important point in this category is matparaha, that surrender all depending on me. Here, in this, for the devotees to perform, the matpara is number one. Number two, where he says, solely you perform all the actions surrendering onto me, also dependent on me. You don't think that there is somebody else is going to help you. It is me and me alone will help you. So depend only on me, considering me as the supreme. Matparaha. There is nothing else beyond me who can retrieve you from this problem, this issue, which will Bhagavan will say what I will do. Here, considering me as Matpara, Everything is Brahman. There is nothing else in the world which is beyond him. Vasudeva Sarvamiti Bahunam Janmanam Mante Jnanvan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. Bhagavan says that ऐसा समझो संपूर्ण संसार में मैं ही व्याप्त हूं, मेरे सिवा और दूसरा कुछ है नहीं. So depending on me and me alone perform action. That is Matpara. I think I will take up this issue in the next week. Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Gurudev.